All right, Coach. First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Hot, lady!
53, Mike. Hey.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Boston Scott, his first carry. Had some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Dalton to his big target, Eifert for the Cincinnati first.
Ready. 10, touchdown. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton. Green brings it in. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 10-yard line.
Let's go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Blue draw corkers.
I'm coming after you.
Ready.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Watch the run.
So a designed run last play. Now Dalton to pass. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Let's go, baby.
Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
And he's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
This opening drive has taken them to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Edwards. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
It's 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Giovanni Bernard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it 4th and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message, and the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. You know what else he said? I trust my defense as well. If they don't get it, I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Set. 180. Up.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. 36. Back. Watch safety creep.
Hurry.
Safety's creeping.
Watch the safety creep.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket, because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Watch out. Shit, watch the shit.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Watkins the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Catanzaro's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go!
Hey, tight!
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Going deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Lady!
I'm coming! No, off!
Hey! Regular.
51!
Dalton here from the gun. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, after the success they had on the second play of the drive, I think they were trying to recreate it with that pass, weren't they?
Yeah, they were trying to go a little tic-tac-toe, 3 plays and in the end zone.
I like that. Can I just put the X in the middle to block as the defense just did there?
Sure.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. We got 4.
Here's Dalton. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Regular. 50's the mic.
I got him.
Check 43.
Point it right.
49, check 49. Joker.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On third down, Mayfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Hot, lady.
3, Mike, watch the run. They're running it.
They'll run on first down. It's Scott. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Now Bernard. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Giovanni Bernard with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. That one tight to this point, and now the ball comes loose, and the Bengals grab it. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Our ball, baby, our ball.
The Browns drive about to get started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
180.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Mayfield on first down. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
50 the mic. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, wahoo.
And again, it's Mayfield. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A toss play to Chubb. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
He's coming. We got double up. Watch twist. Shift.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the 1st half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
1st down, Cincinnati.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. I got 29. Single receiver. Hey, you're on the 9.
Take out 368.
Mike.
Hey, exit.
6 man. Check curl.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing, Dalton going deep downfield for Roll. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Ward. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
It's been a long day for you.
Watch out.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
41's coming. 41's a mic.
Hey, Alpha.
Come on, D.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
got the lead. Yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
From the 44, Dalton. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
That's the way you make it spin.
John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, Delta.
41 Mike.
Let's go. Let's go.
Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. Not that time for Watkins.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Regular.
From the gun, Dalton. And able to find Green. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Get him.
Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And some room to roam now. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
He's crashing.
Here you go, 368. Here you go. 93, 52, 93. 4 legs up.
Dalton. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Caught by Montgomery. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. David Montgomery, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bullock good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Mayfield to throw it. He finds Beckham complete. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Mayfield. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
A second down throw for Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
That's good for a Browns first down.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 9-yard line.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 13. Check 13.
Now again, right side. Scott. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
You got it.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Hey, seam 6. Mike 51. I got you, boy. Hey, Mike 51. You ain't doing nothing.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Bengals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. So Dalton now. Got an open man. It's Scott. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
It's run, fellas, it's run.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now Scott. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And Bullock will put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Yeah, baby, let's go. Let's go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Check 41.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Again, that's Watkins. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
53, Mike, 53. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
They go again with Scott.
Here we go.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Now Dalton. Open man here is Scott, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And that one results in 35 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And this one complete to Burnett. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. And a Bengal.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13 to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Bullock's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Here we go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said,
he's got a man, complete. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.